a beautiful woman doesn't intimidate me. Never have. I mean, I keep a dollar worth of dimes around me.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of On Display. I'm sure you guys all saw on Instagram that my Gino, my firstborn son, turned 15 a couple days ago, and I literally can't believe it. Guys, I was looking for pictures to post of him, and he looks like a completely different person from last year to this year. I don't know if he had one of those growth spurts, but like he went from like looking like a kid, like a boy with a kid, to like a man this year. This was like, I guess, his year where he like jumped up. Everyone said that was going to happen. And I'm like, oh, what's up with you? He's got hair under his armpits. It's like Gino is literally turning into a man right before my eyes. And I honestly can't believe it. But he's such a good boy. We're just, we're heavy in football. If anybody watches me on Instagram, you can clearly see that I went to 4 football games this past weekend, literally 4. But I know I'm going to miss it when it's gone. So I'm going to soak up every minute of going to the kids' football games and spending time with them on the football field. But besides for everything going on in the Gorga's life right now, I have one of my very favorite people here today. She's a successful businesswoman with her own hair care line. She was my very good friend on the Ultimate Girls Trip from season 1. And you can see her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kenya Moore. Hi, how are you? I miss you so much. I really enjoyed staying in that house and seeing you every morning and every night. And you just walking around in your yoga pants all day long. I just touch your butt when you walk by.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. It was just the best, wasn't it? It was just the best everything. Like I didn't know how I could fall in love with so many women at one time. I just had you and Teresa, and I had everyone, like literally everyone except Ramona. Like I loved everyone except Ramona.
We know this. Ramona was definitely, it was crazy to watch you two. I actually didn't know. I kind of felt bad at one point because I was like, Ramona doesn't know how to handle this one. Like she's in a different neck of the woods.
I wanted to like her. Like I wanted to, have this kumbaya moment with her, especially at the end. And I was just like, should I believe this woman really is going to try to change? And I was like, after that, and then hearing other stuff she did, like leaking Teresa's wedding online, like the invitation. And I'm like, she's just clueless. Like this woman is so selfish and clueless. I just can't with her, but I wish her well. I wish her well,
Well, do you think it was an accident? I was trying to figure out if she accidentally leaked that. Like, she was just trying to be like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, I'm invited and here it is. And like, she didn't purposely mean, like, she wasn't thinking, or she maybe had a couple like sangrias in her or whatever she drinks, Pinot
BS. It says the name, it says the location and the time. So how can, and you're showing it like to the world when you're going on your, IG live or your story, how could she not know? It's one thing if she just waved it in her hand and talked about how beautiful it was and that she got an invitation, but she didn't do that. She showed the invitation. Speaking of invitations and weddings, where the hell were you, Melissa?
Kenya. I will say that there's a lot of things that I can't say. Obviously, a lot went down at our finale, but to be honest, everyone thinks that it was just what happened at the finale. I mean, there was a series of events that led up to it. And I will say, when you finally see what caused us not to go, it makes sense. It does make sense. I mean, in the long run, does it make sense? I don't know, because, we'll never get that back, right? She'll never get that back. Well, I mean, but you know what? I think at the end of the day, we probably weren't that missed. I think that she probably had a great time.
I definitely missed you. It was like an incredible wedding, and I didn't know anything obviously that happened days before or whatever. All I knew was Little Flawless wasn't there. And I was pissed because I was just like, oh, we're going to pick up where we left off. I haven't seen my girls since George's wedding. And we have fun there. And I was like, I need to see you. Like, I love you so much. And I just love your spirit and your energy. And I don't want you guys fighting. Like, I just can't take that.
I know. Nobody, listen, nobody wants to see it. Everyone's always rooting for us, which I love. And by the way, I love you because you and I, and what you're talking about is the fact that even when we were on this girls trip, we had so much fun together. Cause I feel like you and I are like, I feel like we're party girls along with Kyle. Like we know how to have a good time.
That out in me. You brought that out in me. Like I'm not known as the party girl. Like I
really
was so happy and you made me feel happy. It was just a great environment. It was just time. I was just going through crazy stuff and you just have this energy. And I just felt like, oh, I could just let my hair down and just feel good being, being me. And you were just right there, just like smiling and just being fun and happy. And that's just what I needed at the time,
You did because you were, and we're going to talk about that for a second, just because that's crazy that you had to go through that really on national TV and on reality TV, everything that you were so raw at the time and real about the fact that, are you divorced right now or no?
Girl, no.
Oh,
Girl.
It takes a minute. It takes a minute.
But here's the thing. If he doesn't want to divorce me, I think that's very clear. If two people wanted to get a divorce, then two people would get a divorce. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to sit here and drag out all this like nonsense. And I'm like, I filed like over a year ago. We've been separated, Melissa, since 2019.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a long time.
Okay. Think about that. That's 3 years ago. We've been separated 2019 to 20 to 21 to now 22. And I never even wanted to go to court. I was like, I'm the type of person, I'm very reasonable, right? You be reasonable with me, I'm reasonable with you. We've been married for 5 minutes. He's always had, his, his residence in New York. I always kept mine, my home that I owned, that I built with my two hands. We never filed our taxes, together. And so I'm like, what do we need to fight about? Like, you're a successful businessman. I'm a successful entrepreneur personality. Just leave with what we came in with. None of the fight is about Brooklyn. None of the fight is about when he can see her. None of the fight is how much he will pay. None of the fight about, is anything about our daughter. So what are we fighting about? Like, why can't we just sign off and go, let's have a peaceful end to something that didn't work out. I won't point any fingers at you. Don't point any fingers at me. It didn't work. I still care about him because he is Brooklyn's father. And I will always care about him because he gave me the most incredible thing that I have ever experienced in my life is motherhood and being a mom, and something that I've always wanted. The family part didn't work out with him, but life goes on, and I just see how happy she is, and I just want to do everything to keep her happy. I don't want to be going through a divorce with him. It's like, he clearly does not want to get divorced.
No, I mean, he's making it difficult because from what it sounds like, you should go out with what you came in with and wish each other well and share Brooklyn and that's it.
We literally didn't. We never bought any big part. Well, we bought a car together, but I let him have the car. It's like, just take it. Like, I don't care. It's just a car we could get around in New York. But we never bought any property together. We were looking, we were trying to find something that we both liked, but it fell apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we never just merged our finances or anything like that. So why is it so difficult to go your own way? You want to go out with other women. You want to do all these other things. You say, one thing and do another. But yeah, I think it's very clear he doesn't want a divorce.
It's from what it sounds like to me, it's extremely clear because if he did, it sounds like a very easy, and
It's
it
very
sounds like,
easy.
yeah. And it sounds like you're going with the flow on everything. You're just like,
We
here,
never
you
even
want
had
this?
to go to court, Melissa. All we had to do was just sign a settlement agreement and go our own separate ways and have the judge sign off. We never had to go to court. Every month that we're in this situation, I'm paying my attorney a retainer.
Right.
All of that money can be spent to pay for Brooklyn's education. So
Right.
it's like, what are we doing? Like, this is so stupid. This is not even where I would even want to be in court. But anyway, please, girl, pray for me that my life can go on because I'm trying to get my groove back. I'm trying to get my happy back. And you helped me with that. You helped me get out there and like feel cute again and beautiful again and fun again.
All right, so we need another girls trip then, just so I can get your little vibe flowing again. Little Flawless is here to make your
Yes.
day.
Yes.
I
But
love
we're
your
gonna be at
nicknames for
Bravocon.
me.
So we got to plan something around Bravocon. At least I know you'll be there. You're going to be there, right?
Oh, I'll be there. Yeah, every day. I'll be there every
Okay.
day. So
Okay.
full schedule. I think I do a couple things with you actually. I just saw some schedule on it. So,
Okay.
yes. So we're gonna definitely
Okay.
do dinner.
But we have to go out. Like literally, we have to tear up New York. We
We
have to go
will.
get Erica Jane, Kyle. Who else do we want to hang out with?
I think that's it. No.
You better patch it up with Teresa so we can get Teresa. Like, we gotta do like a girl situation. Like we can't have the husbands coming with us.
Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna have a couple girls' nights for sure.
Giselle, we have to get Giselle.
Oh yeah, Giselle. I love
Potomac.
Giselle.
She's fun. Who else do we want in this group? Anyway, we have to figure out the other girls. So
We do. We have to come up with something really, really good for Bravocon.
Ashley's
We'll have a
fun.
whole.
She was at the wedding. Ashley was really fun. She's at the wedding.
Wait, who was
Uh,
it?
Ashley from Potomac. She's fun. We just hung out. You would like her too. She's a lot of fun. She likes to
Okay.
party.
Okay, well, I need to meet her as well. I don't feel like I've. Oh, I know Ashley Darby. Is that her last
Yeah,
name?
Ashley Darby. Yeah.
Yes, she's a sweetheart. She's so
Yeah,
much
she's
fun.
super sweet. She's fun. I'm telling you, you would like her. That's good chemistry.
Well, I got you drinking too when we were out. You would have a couple cocktails. You would dance with me. I'd be smacking your ass. I mean, we had like a good time.
Smack. Yes. I love
my
it. We gotta do more.
God.
I'm serious. Like, it's gonna be a party week for us.
Okay, well, that's going to be so much fun. And, talking about like the ultimate girls trip, it's kind of crazy because I feel like you get pinned on the Real Housewives of Atlanta as kind of like the villain a lot of times. But like,
Yeah.
and I know a villain when I see one. I do.
Yeah.
I know an asshole when I see one.
Yeah.
I know his shit stuff. But to me, like, listen, you didn't let Ramona say boo, like, if you didn't, but you were pretty reasonable about anything you got annoyed at. I don't get why do you come off different on Atlanta than you do like to me in person and on that girls trip?
Well, I just think, from the moment like I stepped foot on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 5, I think I didn't know what to expect. And I remember getting into it with like a fan favorite who's no longer on the show. And once that relationship turned, I was just like, for me, I was just constantly defending myself. Like, I was defending
Right.
myself. I was having fun. And when I was drinking, then it was like, oh, you're flirting with someone's husband. Like, we got in a pool and it was like, we jumped in. But I mean, like, everyone was there. I wasn't trying to flirt with anyone, but it just kept being edited. Like I was going after this one and that one. And so of course you'll get the villain edit if you're a newcomer. It's easy for them. And for me,
And you're gorgeous and just walking around all like twirling and fabulous with these eyes and like you just came out of a supermodel magazine shoot.
thank you. You know what? I just feel like it was the company. Like, I think with you girls, it's almost like when I was in Miss USA versus Miss Universe. When I was in Miss USA, everyone was like from Michigan and Ohio and, Texas. Everyone wanted to be Miss USA.
Right.
But in Miss Universe, I was already Miss USA. Someone else was Miss India. Someone else was Miss Jamaica. Someone else was, Miss Switzerland. We were already winners. We were already at the top of our game. And that is kind of like what the Ultimate Girls Trip was. We were all Miss USAs.
Right.
But you see the analogy?
Yes, I never looked at it that way, but that's like clever.
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
the difference between Miss Universe and Miss USA. Like once I got to Miss Universe, it was just cool. Like everybody was it was drastically different, Melissa. When I got to Miss Universe, it was the coolest girls club ever. We were all queens. We were like, we were all a part of history. They were all just beyond stunning. Like everyone that would come through the door, 83 girls from all over the world, and every last one of them had a crown, and every last one of them were drop dead gorgeous.
And I can vouch and say that you are not the type of girl that is intimidated by other pretty or hot women. Like you root for them.
Come on. My best friends are like Tyra Banks, Tracy Edmonds, who was used to be married to Babyface. I mean, gorgeous, like
gorgeous. She's
stunning,
beautiful,
accomplished. I mean, come on, yes. Eva Marcel, Cynthia Bailey, like. Girl, I love a gorgeous girl. Like, so right. I'm never intimidated by beauty. I celebrate beauty and all kinds of beauty. So a beautiful woman doesn't intimidate me. Never have. Like, love pretty. I keep a dollar worth of dimes around me.
I know you do. I feel that about you. When you walk in a room, you're there to compliment. You're there to say you look good. Like I knew that about you as soon as I met you, and as soon as we spent time together on the girls' trip. You're not a hater. You're not. You're simply not a hater.
You know what? Beauty. We're all different. You know what I mean? We're all different. I can find beauty in anyone. Like whether it's their beautiful wide set eyes or cheekbones or lips or legs or whatever. I mean, I just think the female form is just so amazing. And of course, if you couple that with someone like you, this beautiful inside as well as out, like it's just a winning combination, so right. I'm a girl's girl. I like to support other beautiful women. So no, it's never, girl, when people say I'm jealous of someone, I'm like, girl, do you know who I'm friends with? Like, right. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? The most beautiful women, you know what I mean? So please don't tell me I'm jealous of someone else's beauty, because I love a beautiful girl. Look at the girls who even worked for me in the past. I mean, they're stunning girls. So
right. Attention to all the ladies out there, curlers, wavers, stylers. There are so many options for making our hair look curly and wavy. You know that I love to put a good wave in my hair. But let me tell you, I tried out the Infinity Pro by Conair Cool Air Styler a couple weeks ago, and it's amazing. The Cool Air Styler heats, curls, and cools your hair in a single pass to create gorgeous, long-lasting styles with way less damage. The Cool Air Styler features a unique cool air system that flows cool air up through channels into the outer barrel. Your hair is instantly cooled as it comes out of the heated plates and wraps around the barrel. The cool air finish sets your style and helps form long-lasting curls. Plus, with 3 heat settings and a high heat of 400 degrees, the Cool Air Styler is perfect for all hair types. And if you want more of the traditional use, the styler can also be used without the cool air function. And it's so easy to use, just 3 steps. You place your hair between heated plates, you rotate the styler to wrap hair around the barrel once, and you glide the styler down the hair to the ends. It's that simple. So for gorgeous, long-lasting curls and waves, go to riteaid.com and search for Conair Cool Air Styler, or pick up an Infinity Pro by Conair Cool Air Styler at your favorite retailer. And listen, this is an important time for me to ask you this, because I kind of saw this go down with my own eyes when we were on the girls' trip. What is your relationship like right now with Cynthia? I need to know, because the truth is, I never got any answers to that. If I'm being honest, and I'm just gonna fill in the listeners here for a second. You had a very tight relationship with Cynthia coming in. I saw from day one, and then there was only 7 days. By day 4, we were on the decline, right? And have you guys spoke since that day?
We have spoken. We've spoken a lot. I was just like, to walk it back a little bit, I was just really surprised when I saw the episodes. And then when we did our press and the things that she was saying in the press, like, oh, the relationship was definitely different. And then the things that she was saying in the episodes, like, girl, what did I do? Like, it was just shocking to me. But, I have to say, I never saw that coming, and I don't think anyone else saw it coming. But
I sure didn't.
No, honestly, what I think it was is I think Cynthia, and she's always been a really true friend to me. And I've always been a really true friend to her. And we always had love for each other, so that goes beyond saying. But I think she always really liked the fact that on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was my supporter. She was the girl I needed to like have my back, speak up, because I was always constantly being ganged on, ganged up on. So when it wasn't that on Ultimate Girls Trip and people really embraced me, and it was like, I'm now the peacemaker and the fan favorite, and you know what I mean? Like within the girls. And I just think she wasn't ready for that role and whatever else that was going on with her, personally. Because that was when, also when a lot of the rumors about her not coming back were
right. And I think that had a little bit to do with it as well. She was probably feeling some sort of way, like with that swirling, which is natural. You cannot blame her for that. Feeling maybe a little insecure about that, or not sure if she wanted to come back or if she was going to come back. You know how that is. Like there's always rumor, right? So that probably factored into it. But I think that you're right in the fact that she's an awesome friend to you, right? You're an awesome friend to her, but she was taken back by the fact that you walked in. I pretty much jumped on your back. Everyone else, like we all loved you, and you didn't need any backup there. You were like, no, I'm good. But like you didn't do anything wrong to her, right? You didn't disrespect her. You weren't a bad friend to her. You just didn't need the backup. And I think that
I didn't need the backup. And with that said, she didn't need the backup. Like Cynthia's not somebody that people come after. You know what I mean? No one is coming after her for her to need me in a way like she would, like she was telling people that I didn't have her back. But I'm like, Sin, you didn't get into it with anyone. And when I would ask you about Ramona or other people, it seemed as though she had gotten amnesia in the moment. So I was like, okay, girl. But I never felt when I was there, we were any less close because I just felt like our bond is our bond. And even if we did that show, I didn't do anything. And if she felt like I didn't support her enough, I felt bad about that because I didn't see her needing that support. And maybe that's my fault because I really didn't see that she needed support on anything. She was, she wasn't like getting into it with anyone other than Ramona, but we were all getting into it with Ramona.
Exactly. And the way you kind of, you and I were close and had fun, I feel like she was like that with Teresa as well. And you were not offended by that at all.
Because, Cynthia's going to get along with everyone. That's just how it is. But I just think she was surprised at that. And then with, coupled with everything else that was going on, I just think it was bad timing for us. But I did see her, we did have, a talk, a real talk, like a heart to heart. And for me, I'm like, I don't like dealing with stuff on camera because to me, it just feels very fake.
Forced.
Forced. If we are really, truly friends, we pick up the phone, we talk to each other. Right. Now, we may have another conversation, if needed on air or something like that. But I just felt like we just were beyond that, like something. I just felt like we could have survived. Our relationship could survive that.
Oh, 100%. Just being a witness to it, you could have 100% survived it because no one really did anything to hurt someone. You didn't insult her. She didn't insult you. It was just like you had a bad week, right? And you kind of felt
it was a bad week, and maybe someone was on a period and they saw something that really or felt a way that it really wasn't intended. But listen, I love Cynthia to death. I don't want to lose her friendship. I hope that she valued me when we were as close as thick as thieves. But I have to say that we did, I think, reconnect at Teresa's wedding, and we've been, communicating consistently since. And I just feel like I don't feel uncomfortable speaking to her. I felt like, okay, it was weird seeing her initially because of, it's just been a while.
Did you go right up to her and like, did you guys hug it out
Not
or
right
how was
away.
it?
Like I saw her, I was speaking to some other people and I saw her. I didn't know she was going to be there. And I saw her, and then I waited until, like, we were like in close proximity, and then I was like, we just started talking, and then after we kept seeing each other, and then we started having, more in-depth conversations, and it was good. Like, I don't want to not be her friend, and I have very few really dear friends, and I don't want a show to like ruin our relationship.
And get in. You know what? It's strange because sometimes I feel like these shows actually and the cameras actually help a relationship, and sometimes they harm the relationship. And
Yeah.
it's true because there's times when those cameras have helped my relationship, believe it or not,
Yeah.
with Teresa and with. Trust me, because we wouldn't even be in the same room if it weren't for, hey guys, we're gonna sit you down with this
Yeah.
tree climber here.
Like, it's like, I don't need this. Who wants to go in it? I don't need to deal with it, so you just don't deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how I am. Like,
Yeah,
bye,
and
girl.
Joe and I were just having this conversation a couple podcasts ago or last podcast, and we were explaining how like there's different friends in life, right? And like certain friends just need more, or like it's almost like
Yes.
like so and so Susie Q over there. Oh, I know that she's cheap, right? And she's not going to pay the bill. I'm just going to let her get away with that. Or Susie Q is going to get sensitive when I walk away with this one and have a drink and laugh with her because she's going to feel like I don't like her as much. It's like, why do we let our friends get away with? It's like you have certain friends that you almost just let them get away with things, right? I mean, it's crazy. And it's funny because Joe and I were literally just talking about like different dynamics of friends and friendships and like what's acceptable and what's not. But it sounds like Cynthia, and
Yeah.
I feel like she was having a sensitive week, if I'm being honest.
I feel like she was having a sensitive week. Not to discount her feelings because they're valid, but I felt like it was a sensitive time.
Of course.
The timing was sensitive.
Agreed.
But I think that you're right. I'm not a needy friend. I can go 6 months without talking to my best friend in life. Like, I literally,
Same.
I have a best friend. My best friend in the whole world is a girl that I've known since I was 14 years old. Shonda. That is my best friend in the whole world. We've been friends for 100 years. And she knows where all the bodies are buried. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't
Yes.
ever feel like I cannot tell her something. So, for me,
But that's real friendship.
we can go 6 months without speaking, and if we could talk to each other, it's like we never missed a beat.
Right.
I'm
And
just
that's
not
the
that
best
girl.
friendships. Those are the real, true. I have my girlfriend
Yes.
from high school. If I don't see her for a whole year and then the summer rolls around and I see her on the beach, it's like we don't even skip
Yes,
one beat.
the love doesn't die. The love doesn't change. Like, once I love you, I'm so loyal, and I just know myself in my heart, and I don't need to speak to you every day because you're in my heart. You know
Right.
what? I'm just not that girl who needs you to talk to me on the phone every, single day for hours. I just
Agreed.
can't. Yeah.
I can't handle a high maintenance friend. I prefer, and anyone who was a good friend of mine already knows, like, Melissa's probably not going to call you 10 times a day. I'm not the type that's going to gossip with you all day. I'll shoot you a quick text. Like, no one
Yes.
gets offended because when I'm with you, I'm
Yeah.
with you though. I spend my lunch with you. I have my dinner
100.
with you, but I'm not going to keep up all day. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
100%. That's how I am too.
Same.
100%.
How's Brooklyn?
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She just started her new school. She is so intelligent. But I think what I'm really most impressed with Brooklyn is how she's just like the life of the party. Like she walks in and she's just like, I've arrived, and she like literally starts twirling around in the room. Like, and she
Wonder
only
where
wants
she
to wear
gets it
dresses.
from.
Yeah, it's just such a you know, her energy. People are just like drawn to her, and she has this beautiful spirit, Melissa. Like I did something right in my life with her.
Yes.
Yeah, I did something right to have her in my life, and to be her
Isn't that the
mom.
best part of motherhood, though, that you just
Yes,
look and you're like, I created this child and she's happy
yes,
and healthy and vibrant, and
yes.
that's like you're winning.
She's such a
You know,
vibrant little thing, and she's a winner. I can't describe it any other way. She is going to change the world. I don't know how, but she is.
I
And
love that. I
I
love
just
that.
love how powerful her little spirit is.
And I know that you just had a big birthday for her on the show too, like
Yeah.
over the top. Would you throw a different party if you weren't filming opposed to if you were filming, or is it the same party whether the cameras are there or not? Is there more pressure with the cameras?
Think so because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and I never celebrated birthdays.
I
I
did
never
not know that.
celebrated Christmas. Yeah, my grandmother who raised me was a Jehovah's Witness. So I used to go door to door as a little kid. I used to have to go to like our, place of worship 2 or 3 times a week. We would have Bible study in our home. So once a week, the congregation would come and we would do our Bible study in the basement. Like it was serious.
Wow.
Um, so I never celebrated holidays. So that's why I don't necessarily celebrate Christmas. I don't give gifts to people for I don't know,
Birthdays?
birthdays, no. A grown person, never. Like never.
Never.
I would just never buy a grown person a birthday present. I would never expect a grown person to give me a birthday present unless it's my like husband or man. That's it.
Right. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
A
interesting.
shout out
Okay.
like, hey, happy birthday is okay, but to like have like an actual present, no. So for Brooklyn, after, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. It's just that because you have to be baptized, you have to really study, and I'm just not. I've never done those things, but for her, it's like I think it's okay. You know what I mean? I think it's okay to have a birthday party. So the first birthday party she's ever had, it was in Paris. Like I took her to Paris at 1,
Oh
and we
my God.
had
Excuse me. I, I mean,
oh, great. It was so great, Melissa. It was everything I ever wanted. She was so happy. We have like, so every year we go to Paris together. It's just something that I always wanted to be for us. So her second birthday party was during COVID, but I had a outdoor like um farm theme. So we did like an outdoor barbecue, like at a petting zoo. So all the kids were outside the entire time. And
geez, it sounds like you celebrate birthdays to me. I mean, that's crazy. But you know what? I did the same. I didn't do Paris, but I definitely had like petting zoos and all types of things. I honestly think it's like a thing for daughters and moms, if you can, to go to Paris, right? It's like a
yeah,
special, I mean, it's like amazing that you have to be, and this is where the entrepreneur, right, comes in with you, and the fact that you make your own money, you do not
yeah.
have a man handing you anything, you really are self-made, which much respect for that, honestly, Kenya,
I'm
you
a
really
hundred.
are.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm 100% self-made. I've never needed a man's money. When I bought my first house before I was 30 years old in California that I kept for 16 years, never defaulted on a payment. Um, I was all, I won Miss USA. I was a millionaire when at 22. Back then it was like the prizes, the money, all the things that you got. I was instantly a millionaire at 22 years old. My net worth was well over $1 million. So, and before that, I was, people don't know this, but I was a corporation at 17.
That's
I
crazy.
just had
I mean,
advisors around me. I was a model. And so I started to do a lot of work and make a lot of money. And they just took me under their wings and said, this is how you should operate. you are a corporation. You need to be a loan out. You need to manage your money this way and that way. And so I just learned from really successful, wealthy people on how to basically build your own wealth. I never talk about money. I don't believe in like giant logos everywhere. I mean, I can buy a designer thing if I want to, but I don't live for it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just kind of a little different. I really want to know that my daughter and myself will be okay. Yes, I will splurge every now and then.
Yes,
But
you will.
not, of course. I mean, I'll buy something that's like, okay, I have to have that Chanel bag or I have to do that. But it's not like I live for it. You know what I mean? I'm wearing Target. You know what I mean? I don't care. I just do what I like. I try to
Well, you
save
have
as
that
much as
hair
I can.
care line too. So tell me about that. That's
Yes,
obviously,
honey.
you have
Yes.
Kenya hair care, Kenya Moore hair care. Tell me all about. Are you in Sally's? You're in Sally's.
I am in Sally, and now, honey, I am in CVS.
Damn. Oh my God. That's amazing. See?
So it's funny because I always wanted to do a hair care line. My grandmother, who raised me, always told me that hair is your crowning glory, and so she just always wanted us to have healthy hair and hair that was, our own. It wasn't about wigs or weaves or pieces or whatever because they weren't even around, when I was a little girl. And she just taught us how to like take pride in our own hair, no matter what the length was, just to always take pride in your hair. And I just grew up with this fascination for healthy hair. And being the entrepreneur that I was and having that spirit, I said I have got to do my own hair care line because I have been in situations where nothing was working. My hair would be breaking off. I would have all these issues and nothing was working. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to take matters in my own hands and make something myself that works. And fast forward to 6 years later, I'm in over 3,000 retail doors. And we're growing. Like I'm introducing a new line next year and another line after that. Like it's everything that I wanted it to be. And I really want to be a real player in this game, right along, with
Well,
your
it looks like
L'Oreals and your Pantenes,
yes,
your
get up
Doves.
in there. You're in CVS, which is pretty awesome, and this is where the
Yeah.
word entrepreneur comes in. And
Yeah.
congratulations on that. Make sure everyone checks out her shampoos. You have conditioners, you have masks, you have
Yes.
serums.
And it's
You
for
have
all
everything.
hair types. Just because I'm a Black girl doesn't mean I have a line just for Black girls. The line is for all hair types. The only hair type it doesn't necessarily work on is extremely oily hair. But I mean, that's very few people, right?
Right.
But yeah, all girls and men enjoy my products, and even men with beards, they love my serum, which is our best seller. But yeah, the line is doing exceptionally well. We have great reviews, and yeah, the door counts are getting higher and higher, and our sales are reflective of where we're going. Our trajectory is really amazing. So
Well,
I'm happy.
congratulations on that. I'm very happy for you.
Thank
You've given
you.
me some shampoo and conditioner, and I loved it. You gave it to me on the girls' trip, and
Oh,
I used it. I love it. So
ew.
it's good stuff.
Hi, podcast listeners. This is Kelty from the Lady Gang podcast with over 150 million downloads and about 150 negative reviews on iTunes. You know that people either love us or they hate us, and that makes a great show. Lady Gang is a twice weekly podcast where we help you feel less alone in your life with the help of our favorite reality stars and housewives, but mostly me and my two friends, Becca and Jack, talk about the ugly and ridiculous and crazy things that happen in our lady life. Come get inspired. Come get a virtual podcast hug from us every Tuesday and Thursday, wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you listen. See you there.
All right, listen. So every podcast, I do a little thing. It's called Grilled with Gorga. Okay. Rapid fire questions. Just give me your
Okay.
quick answers. We'll have a
Okay,
little
I got
fun
you.
with it. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Your first celebrity crush.
Oh God. Michael McConaughey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, girl, he is gorgeous.
He
Oh,
is. Oh my God. Okay.
first time I saw him in person, I fell out on the floor, girl. I just couldn't take all that beauty. I was just like, oh my God, I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. Yes.
I love it. Where's he at?
Very.
Damn. Your favorite 80s song?
Like a virgin. Whoop. Touched for the very first time. Okay, like a virgin.
Woo! You know, I always make everyone sing it. It's like you know this already and you just started to sing. I love it. What is your biggest regret?
Oh,
You gotta have a regret.
I don't have one, honestly. I don't know. No, I don't have
No regrets.
Because I think everything is a teachable moment. Like I don't know. I have to really think about that.
All right. What about
Yeah.
your best decision you've ever made? Like what?
To start my own hair care line, to be an entrepreneur, to
There
be
you
self.
go.
Yeah.
What is your pet peeve? Like what drives you crazy about someone?
Liars, and just fucking cruel people. Liars. Yes.
Who's the biggest liar in your franchise?
Oh, Marlo. She will literally lie straight to your face and then turn around and go, and I don't lie. I mean, that's just like, it's just like, girl.
Don't you love a good liar that then swears on it?
Yeah, she said she literally was outside one of the episodes and she said something, well, you're not going to be going to so-and-so, and that's on God. She said, and that's on God. And guess what?
Ooh.
Yes. And I went. So now what did I say?
Right.
It's like,
okay.
who says something like that and put it on God? Someone who doesn't believe in God. Someone who's godless. So, yeah.
Oh, I love a feisty Kenya. There she is. There she is, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't do her. I don't do her, child. I don't do her. That's the devil right there. That is a devil woman. I would rather deal with Ramona than deal with her any day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's some tea right there.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, what is your worst date you've ever been on?
Oh my God. I've had a few, but I remember a guy when I was really young. Okay, Troy, I'm gonna feed you. I remember a guy when I was really young. We went out somewhere and it was just such a bad date, and he was so presumptuous. And I remember we ended up like having to sleep in a hotel. And I remember I was all covered up, all in the covers, like wrapped all around me, because I was like, you will please don't try to
not touch me.
And I remember we got food, and I remember he was like, you can't eat food in my car. And then I was like, okay, can we put it in the trunk? And then we put it in the trunk, and then he was like, no, you have to take the food. You have to throw the food away. You can't eat food in my car. And I was just like, oh my God, this guy is horrible. So yeah.
Oh my God, I hate him.
Yeah. He was awful. Awful.
Ugh. Okay, definitely the worst date. Okay, first concert you've ever been to?
Oh, easy. Boy George.
Oh, love. Really?
Boy George. I was obsessed with Boy George. I used to dress like Boy George. I used to wear the little things in my hair like Boy George, and the little cutoff gloves, all of that. The big baggy clothes. Boy George.
Karma, chameleon.
Yes, Melissa.
He come and go.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Tell me something about you that would surprise us. I feel like we know so much, but what don't we know?
I don't know. Do you guys like? I'm a total like Martha Stewart that can also, but uses her hands, that can build things. Like,
really? What's the last thing you built?
I'm outside right now. You can't see, but I'm outside building a barbecue. I'm like building a whole barbecue section. Like I'm literally, now I'm putting the wood pieces on the outside, but I built it from steel pieces. And then I had to put like cement board over it to cover the steel. And now I'm putting the wood pieces over it. And yeah, and then I'm going to put doors on it. Like, I love to build stuff.
All right, that's a surprise. I definitely would never in a million years think that that's what you were going to say. Unbelievable. Okay, so what is your favorite late night snack?
Oh, that's easy. Bakery cake.
What kind of cake?
Bakery cake. Like just like a cake that's white on white, and they slice it. Bakery cake. Bakery cake. It could be a flat one. You know, the flat ones you buy like for someone's birthday.
Yes.
Yes, bakery cake.
How many nights a week do you eat this?
Oh, 7.
Really? Like you always want a piece of cake?
I don't know what it is. It's like a comfort thing because I'm so obsessed with this cake. It's a Publix cake. I'm so obsessed with it. I cannot buy the whole cake because I would eat it in like 2 nighs. So I just buy one slice at a time and eat it once a day.
Okay, that's fair. I'm learning so much. All right, your favorite, what was your first job?
I worked at McDonald's.
You worked at McDonald's?
Yeah, well, my first paycheck job. Before that, I worked in my grandmother's boutique. She had a boutique, and I worked modeling for her. So one is a real like paycheck, and the other is like, come over here and work, and we'll give you $10. Like,
yeah, no. We have to consider the paycheck job, which is McDonald's. Yeah, I love it.
McDonald's.
Okay.
And I graduated to Fry Girl very quickly.
And did you eat all the fries?
I didn't really love McDonald's like that. I don't know why, but I love McDonald's more now than I did when I was, 14.
Looking at it every day.
Right. And smelling it in the process. It didn't do it for me.
Right. What show are you binge watching right now?
Nothing. I don't have time to watch TV.
0.
No, 0.
Really?
Yeah.
First one who ever answered that question like that.
I can't watch TV. The only time, and when I do watch TV, I'm binge watching HGTV. I
can see that now that you told me you build barbecues outside in your backyard.
I'm into this new show called In and Out. In or Out. Or is it In or Out or In and Out? I don't know, but I love that show so far. But that's
okay, good.
Yeah.
I always end with, if the day is all about Kenya, how do you treat yourself? What do you do if it's just a Kenya day?
Ooh, okay. So I love painting. So I would do some painting, like I do abstract paintings. So I would do some painting. I would definitely get a massage. I would get a head massage. That is my favorite in the whole world.
Oh,
a head massage with some pressure. Oh, amazing. I would eat some bakery cake from Publix. And crab. I love crab. And yeah. And I guess I would do my hair and get use some Kenya Moore hair care.
I love it. It sounds like the perfect day. Kenya, you are so much fun. I always loved you so much. You are incredible. Keep on keeping that dollar worth of dimes around you. Okay. Good luck to Brooklyn on her first week of school here. And all my listeners, do yourself a favor and grab her hair care line. It really is incredible. I've tried it. I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait to see you at Bravocon. We are definitely having a night out.
Yes, I love you, Melissa.
I love you back, babe. Kiss Brooklyn for me, and I will see you soon.
Okay, I will. Bye-bye, babe.
Bye.
Good morning, students, parents, and teachers. Ready to get back to the classroom? Look, as a working mom, I know prepping for back to school is stressful. That's why I rely on Shipt. Shipt can deliver supplies, clothes, even snacks and meals for healthy brain fuel. With Shipt, I spend less time running to the store and more time on the things that matter most. To learn more, report to my office. To shipt.com/hi. Go to shipt.com/hi.